And that's when I told Jesus, I do not want to go back. And he said, well, it's not about you. It's about the people that I've sent you to. And it shocked me. It shocked me on how little we have really grasped in 2,000 years since Jesus came. Hello, everyone. Dr. Kevinzedayi and Kathy Zeta with Warrior Notes, and welcome to our website and our ministry. We're so excited about what God is doing in your life. We hear a lot of testimonies about what Warrior Notes means to everyone, and we're just excited to tell you a little bit about ourselves. We started the ministry several years ago. I had an experience that I want to talk to you about, very, very important experience I had with the Lord. And this happened in 1992, and I went in for a routine operation, and it had to do with my jaw. So I had problems with my jaw being out of line, and also some teeth that were causing me some pain. And so the surgeon that I met with, he said, we're going to have to put you under. And that's how this whole thing started with Warrior Notes. Was God used that experience in that time that I was with under the knife, so to speak. And Jesus appeared to me in that operation. It lasted about 45 minutes. And he's waiting for me on the other side. So I essentially saw my body on the operating table. I saw the surgeon that I had met, and also a nurse that I had met, and the anesthesiologist that I had not met. So they put a mask on me, and I was out very quickly. But when they wheeled me in, by the time that they had put me on the table there, I was already outside my body, and I watched all of this happen. And I had not met Kathy yet. This was several months before I met her. But the bottom line is that Jesus told me that he had used this opportunity to visit with me, and that he wanted to show me some things. So I had been to Bible college. I had been to a regular Bible college where university where you get your 4-year degree. And then I had also been to Rhema. So I had been to Rhema Bible Training Center and gone 2 years there. And then I was with Southwest Airlines when this operation happened. So that's how it all happened. It was not painful. I did not know that I had died. I was standing beside my body and talking to Jesus. Jesus was right there. And the nurse and the doctor, they could not hear me talking to them, but I could hear them. I also, when I would touch them, I was poking them to get their attention. They didn't know that I was poking them, but I could actually feel them. And so I couldn't contact the physical realm anymore. And all my books in heaven were sealed at that time, so that I couldn't do anything else for the Lord. Nothing else was going to be recorded. And Jesus was right there to receive me. And so that's how this whole experience began. I just want to highlight a couple of things that I think are really important to you to know me and my wife and our ministry, is that we never intended to do any of this that we're doing today. We actually didn't intend to even write a book. It was so sacred to me, my experience with Jesus, that we didn't even want to publish a book or anything. But after 13, 14, maybe 15 years of sitting on this, the Lord appeared to me and asked me to write a book. And then Kathy also, she talked to me and she said, I really feel like you should write the book. So I did. And so that's how this all began, that you know of as Warrior Notes today. It started with a visitation in that operating room. And this is what Jesus said to me initially. He walked up to me. He's a little shorter than me. I'm 6'1". He was about 5'11". He had really long hair, and it was highlighted. But it was dark brown, but it had some highlights in it. He was Middle Eastern. He's very dark skinned, much darker than people probably would even feel comfortable with, to tell you the truth. His eyes were many colors. I couldn't put my finger on it. They looked like fire, different colors of fire. And when he spoke with authority. He walked right up to me, and he started to talk to me right away about my words. And so he mentioned Matthew 12:36 to me right away as he started to talk to me. And he said that I would be held accountable for every idle word that came out of my mouth. And when he said that, it shocked me, because he didn't say, "Hi, Kevin," or he didn't he didn't do the things you would think he would do, whatever that would be. Didn't do any of that. He skipped right to the message that he had for me. And he wanted to talk to me about words right away. So he walked right up and whispered into my ear. He said, when I said that, I meant that. You will be held accountable for every idle word that comes out of your mouth. And my heart just sank. I mean, I thought, man, I say way too much, and I say things I shouldn't say, and I know better. And so that's how I met him. And so then he, of course, as we talked together for the next 45 minutes, I kind of felt more comfortable. He's very pointed. He's very direct. You never walk away thinking, I wonder what he meant. He's very, very clear when he says things. So he took me many places in that 45 minutes. He showed me many things. But he asked me to share several of these things in a book. So the Heavenly Visitation book was written. And so he talked to me about words. He took me to a place on the earth where they had detonated the first atomic bomb, and I know exactly where that is in the White Sands missile range. He took me to the top of that mountain that I fly over all the time, and we were standing up there, and he allowed me to see that explosion. And he said, this is what it is like when you pray in the Spirit. When you pray in tongues, this is the power of God that is being released in your spirit. So he told me to start praying in tongues, and that's when the explosion happened over the White Sands missile range. And he said, now you note that there's this big plume, this big fire plume, and he said, but the real power is in the shock wave that ran along the ground. And so he wanted me to know this so that I could tell everybody that it's the shock wave of reverberation of the authority of the Spirit. When you pray in tongues, that it literally levels everything in its path. Anything that's not correct, it starts to correct it. So he took me from there. He started to talk to me more about prayer and about authority, talking about, not only watching my words, but also how to prophesy, how to frame my world, how there were many books written about me that were not going to come to pass unless I engaged him on a higher level. And that's the one thing that I really realized there was a deficit on the earth in the body of Christ. And so I started to realize, wow, I really messed up because I didn't do what I was being taught at Rhema and all the men and women of God that I listened to and had hands laid on me. I realized I wasn't really taking it very seriously. And I realized that I could go back to the earth and help people, but I didn't want to, because one of the things that happened as he was teaching me how to prophesy and speak from the Spirit, and I saw how there was a deficit of that emphasis on the earth. I also, in a flash, saw all the things that were going on behind the scenes on the earth, and how Satan was the god of this world. And I know that Paul said that in Ephesians and in Colossians. I know that, and I know that Jesus said that. But it really hit me hard that there was a deception that the Christians were thinking that God was in control of the world, but the world system is fallen, and it is Satan's kingdom down here. And I saw all the terrible things that were going on behind the scenes that had to do with children, the kidnappings and the missing children and things like that. I saw what was going on in China with children, which I didn't know. There was no way for me to know. I started to see that all the conspiracy theories were true, and it shocked me. I saw the demonic. I saw in a flash, I understood about the dinosaurs and about UFOs and all these different phenomenon. I saw that some of the things that had happened, that they said that the source was this, and this. It was actually not that. It was we were being lied to. I saw that the environment was being polluted. I saw that people were being born with defects because of the environment and because of things that were not being regulated correctly. And then we were blaming God that people were being born with defects, when it was actually something was happening with our genetics, and it had to do with this physical realm, and it was our responsibility, not God's. So anyway, I saw this in a flash, and that's when I told Jesus, I do not want to go back. And he said, well, it's not about you. It's about the people that I've sent you to. And it shocked me. It shocked me on how little we have really grasped in 2,000 years since Jesus came. I saw that all money, everything, all the money on the earth was actually earmarked for the kingdom, and that it was supposed to be migrating towards individuals that were trusted in the kingdom. I saw that all money was just in the wrong hands. And I saw people that had the total amount of money that they would make in their lifetime to the penny. And it was all earmarked for them because they were trusted to use it for the kingdom. And so the Lord was showing me how, based on praying in the Spirit and building yourself up, that you could become more and more productive and sensitive to the Holy Spirit, and that God would trust you with more and more. And I saw that people would be rerouted, and that they would have increase, and that they would become a distribution center, is what I was told, that we would all be distribution centers. And I saw that the gifts of the Spirit, the same thing. If you would just use whatever it is you have, then the Lord would actually give you more, and you would actually start manifesting more gifts as you allowed yourself to be yielded. So all this I saw. So I had a battle going on with the need of knowing the need down here, knowing that we had not hit the mark at all, that it was kind of hard for me to handle that Jesus had come back. He had come to the earth, but then he had come back on the Isle of Patmos to talk to John. We had Paul, we had all the apostles, and yet 2,000 years later, we have not matured and advanced in unity and in the unity of the faith and maturity. So Jesus asked me if I would come back, and he said this. He said, if you go back, you cannot fail. And I never had anybody talk to me like that. And he told me that I was to come back and tell everyone that they were on probation as Christians. And what he meant by that is that, when I got hired with the airlines, as a pilot or as a flight attendant, you had a period of probation where they could actually fire you for almost anything. And the probation period that Jesus was talking about was not us getting fired, but essentially down here on this earth, we're qualifying for the next life, and as far as what we do in the next life. So I saw that whatever we don't learn down here, we have to go to school in the kingdom in heaven, after we pass from this life. So we're always learning, and if we don't get it down here, we have to get it. So I saw that I was on probation. In other words, I was being watched, and based on what I did with what I was given, I was rewarded. But my reward was I got promoted, and Jesus told me, you're going to rule and reign with me forever, shoulder to shoulder. And he showed me my rank. He actually showed me that I had stripes on my sleeve that were beyond the captain's rank. There were 7 stripes. There were many countries I was over. They had patches that showed different territories and countries. And so he said, go back and tell the people, hey, you got to give it all down here because you're on probation. You're being qualified for your position. So I saw that we all have jobs to do up there. We have assignments, and that we work with the angels. And it's so amazing. You're going to be so amazed when you see this, because the angels that are assigned to me right now to help me in this life, they actually are under me in the next millennial reign. And so they will listen and be at my beck and call in the millennial reign and beyond. So I want to encourage all of you as you look into Warrior Notes to remember that we at Warrior Notes are about people. We're about meeting the needs of everyone on this earth. But at the same time, we have to create a standard that is not only out of the box, but it's a lot higher than what's being set. Because what I saw in heaven was that God is a holy God, and that he wants what he wants, and he is an awesome, powerful God, and he's going to give favor to those who fear him and love him. And so there are rewards for all of us, but we need to be diligent. So thanks for joining me. I just wanted you to get to know us, Kathy and I. And I believe that we have everything that you need here at Warrior Notes. We are, very strong in our schooling. We have homeschooling. We have the university. We have all kinds of outreaches, and we have many thousands of fellowships all over the world. So we want you to get involved. We thank you. Welcome. Make sure that you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure that you get involved, and we want you to be part of what God's doing on the earth. God bless you, and we'll talk to you at a conference. We'll see you in the future. Bye-bye.